Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit here, back again with Yowamushi Pedal 1, episode 5, and in the last couple episodes we got the end of the sort of like the race between Onoda and Imaizumi. We learned some valuable things about like cycling and stuff, about cadence and things like that, how he doesn't really put weight behind it. He's sort of like a smooth kind of rider and whatnot, especially when going uphill anyway. So Onoda kind of has that going for him. It's like very natural, it sort of just comes like naturally to him, so naturally he is sort of set to be a cycler in a way, and Imaizumi and other people can clearly see that because they keep pointing it out. But yeah, Imaizumi did end up winning it anyway, as I thought he would. Imaizumi, actually, surprisingly, what I didn't expect him to do was actually talk to a bunch of people that he knew in middle school and let them know about the anime club and things to see if he could actually get that thing back up and running for Onoda, which was nice of him. And then in episode 4, we met Naruko Shuichi, who's recently moved over from Osaka. He's known as the Speed Man of Naniwa, and he is very fucking passionate. He's very fucking passionate. There's not going to be a more passionate person in this show than him, guaranteed. And we also got like sort of the logic behind like slipstreaming and drafting and things like that as well. So with him moving over from Osaka, I'm guessing he's going to end up being an exchange student in the school, and then he'll obviously join the bike race club thing, and that'll just give Onoda another reason to join the club. But if he's going to do it this episode, I guess we can only find out by watching it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get episode 5, see what we get. So let's go. Okay, right, well, aside from that last bit there, which is almost ultimately pointless to watch, I might as well just turn it off. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, Onoda has actually decided to go ahead and join this club in this episode. So Naruko was basically saying that he participated in a race before leaving Osaka, basically saying that he, well, on the race that at least he did anyway, he used up 5,000 calories during a race. I think he said, what was it, like twice the adult male, and I'm guessing that is per day, you know. I'm guessing it is anyway, because I don't know what else it could be, you know, related to. I mean, it says adult male, so I'm guessing, like, you know, the average adult male who isn't normally, you know, cycling or doing like high extraneous activities. Is that right? For some reason, that doesn't sound right. It's something like that. But yeah, so Naruko being exactly who he is, I like the fact that he's very perceptive. I think it's probably like easy to just probably see him as like someone who's highly passionate about something and just look at him like that. But you find like he sort of sees what's happening that I feel like other people might not, which is you know, especially when it comes to Onoda anyway, because you know they're looking at him, like he's basically looking at him. He goes to like, you know, kick the ball. And he knows exactly that, you know, this idea of like Onoda thinking about being athletic, you know what I mean, and how he never thought he could be because he was terrible at other sports and things like that. But when it comes to biking, what he says is that, you know, it's a sport in which you don't have to support your own body weight, so it's a completely different style of you know, of using your body, and it's a whole different sport because of that. So yeah, that basically it'll fit him perfectly. I mean, it shouldn't really come to any surprise considering the fact that, you know what I mean, he's used his bike for, you know, for so long. You know, that things just kind of tend to fall naturally for him because of that. You know what I mean, even though if it wasn't like the priority of him, like biking wasn't you know, that wasn't the thing that he was doing because of that. It wasn't because he was biking, it was because he was trying to get to places like, you know, go into fucking Akihabara and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, we've got the people who are going to join the club. So the first, yeah, so there's Imaizumi, there's Naruko, there's Onoda, there is Kawada, Sakurai, and who was the other guy? I feel like it's Sugawara or something, right? The guy who's like a know-it-all. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? No, I don't know if I can find it. I'm sure it's like Sugawara or something like that. But yeah, he seems to be like a know-it-all. I'm inclined to believe that because he's such a know-it-all that he's more like sort of read up on it as opposed to actually doing it, you know what I mean? So I feel like he's not going to be as good as the rest of them. In fact, I can almost guarantee that he's going to be like, in this race, he'll be the last. I'm almost tempted to believe that, I think. But we'll see. We'll have to see. So they're going to be doing a 60-kilometer race. I believe the one that Imaizumi and Onoda did was only 5 kilometers, right? If I remember correctly. Because I think it was 3 on flat, and then it was 2 kilometers up the hill, right? So, yeah, so that's quite a fucking big difference. And I don't know. They said, did they mention like hills and stuff? I think they were talking about like how well there's a tunnel, there's a yeah, I'm sure there is, right? There's a tunnel, there's like hills and stuff like that, and whatever. Yeah, but can't fucking find it. It looks like there is hills like going through there. It says passes over Minigayama, right? So you've got to go up at some point, right? And then it's just round down. So there is I imagine there is a slope at some point that they're going to have to go up. And they said that only 2 will actually be picked to participate in Inter High. So I was wondering, like, was there a case of like too many had joined, so they're only going to take 3? But instead, I think that they're all going to be able to join, but only 2 are going to be able to participate in the competition coming up. So that is nuts then, because then that now basically eliminates one of our 3 guys then. So it you can only pick 2 from Onoda, Imaizumi, and Naruko. They seem to be thinking about Onoda already though. Like the idea, because he's so sort of out there and a bit of like an exception to the rule, that it might be good to take him. And the thing, like, you know what I mean, that's they've almost like got like him in the bag already for that. But I think this all depends on how he's going to handle like an actual race bike, because I think it's going to be much different. I mean, the feeling of like, I've had BMXs and I've had like mountain bikes in the past. And then my dad has like a race bike in the other room, and I've been on that before, and it's so different. Like it doesn't feel the same. So I'm kind of wondering if when Onoda eventually gets onto a race bike, if it's going to take a bit of getting used to, and therefore that'll be the reason why they won't take him to the Inter High course. Because I can't, like, I'm kind of thinking like Naruko and Imaizumi have already had experience doing this kind of thing. You'd almost think it was a mistake not to take those 2, I'm wondering if it's got to be a number thing, right? It's got to be a thing where like only a certain amount of people in the club can like be a part of the race, right? I don't know how many that's going to be though. I'd imagine like the 3 main guys, so the captain or whatever, the big guy who's like fast on straight, and then the fucking weird guy with the green hair. Those 3 would be there, plus those 2. That's 5. I don't know if anyone else will though. It might just be 5, but I don't know. I'm guessing that's the reason why they're only picking 2, is because like that's the limit they can have. Although there's got to be like subs and stuff that you can sub in, right? I mean, but then again, if it's like if it's like 3rd years, and is there any 2nd years there? I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm kind of assuming these guys are third years. I'm sure it would have said when we met them earlier on, but I can't fucking remember. And I didn't write it down. So yeah, we'll just have to see. But they mentioned Hakone Academy, who was the ones who won it last year. We've got a little look at those guys, and then basically straight up out of the bat, the first like sort of opponents that we're going to be coming up against, I assume anyway, are, you know, everyone is an ace. Like, it's a bit much, isn't it? Like, I mean, that could just be like that guy just, you know, tooting his own horn, like blowing smoke up his arse, basically saying, yeah, our school's the best, everyone's an ace, when in reality they're not. But, you know, it could be like that. Or, because I think it's odd how you would go off the, like, you know, the first opponents that you come up against, you don't, like, give everything at once, you know what I mean? Because if every single one of them really was an ace, then, I mean, what do you do when you've beat them at that point? You know what I mean? I guess, I mean, I don't know the way the story's going to go. There could be a case of, like, in this inter-high, they go up against them, they get beat by Hakone Academy, and then it's like a sort of like a, you know, oh, we'll get you back at some point, but then there's, like, maybe another competition where you need to beat, like, another team that's good, and then, you know, you make your way up to them and you finally get your revenge on them. But I don't know, you never know. I just think it's mad how like everyone's an ace. Now, it's got to be the same. It's got to mean the same thing as like it would in any other sort of sport, like you know, basketball or volleyball, or, you know, like haiku and whatnot. Like with aces, like it's kind of like, you know, that's the person you sort of rely on, but you can rely on them all. So is that like it's but I think it's so different for cycling, because just the way the sport is, like, how do you define what is an ace? Because there are different stages to the race that, you know. So what does an ace mean? That every single one of them is amazing at every single thing. So they're great at slopes, they're great at flats, they're great at speed. You know what I mean? Like, it seems a bit much to have them all be aces, but then again, like I said, it could be just a thing that that guy's saying. Yeah, and then Onoda went on the rollers things with his mummy bike, and managed to do it straight off the bat. Like I say, he's a natural at it, so it makes sense he's able to do it. And the other thing, going back to when Onoda was at the bottom of the hill and he saw like the club go by, and like Imaizumi was trailing behind. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Like, I don't know if Imaizumi was purposefully staying behind, or he couldn't keep up, or what. I don't know. I don't think it's as clear cut as what Haikyuu was with Kageyama, where, you know, he's a first year, but he's clearly like on their level already. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's a case here where Imaizumi is clearly on the level of, like, you know, the already established, like the captain and whatnot. I don't know if that's the case. Like, I don't know. It's tough. I mean, he could have. I don't know. He could have just been trailing behind because it's not he hasn't officially been. I don't know. I think he is though. I think he's already in the club at this point. I don't know. I could be wrong. But, you know, if he wasn't officially a part of it, maybe he was just trailing behind because he wasn't supposed to be a part of the group at the moment. I don't know. But yeah, that is all for episode 5. So thank you everyone for watching. In the description below, I've linked to certain things. Discord, if you want any information regarding my videos and anything like that, go across to there. And also you can come join me and the community over there as well. My website, SirMonkeySuit.com, all my content is over there, and you can go to the forums, and if you remember, you can post like certain things, like you know, reaction recommendations and stuff like that for when polls come around. So get yourself over there, and Patreon. So I do have a Patreon. If you don't want to support me, that would be very much appreciated. There's a bunch of different tiers and rewards depending on how much you want to support me with. So there's the $5. That's the early access, gives you access to shows a week early, and for Fate, as of right now, you get 4 episodes every week. Once that finishes, though, it'll be like another show that takes its place, and you'll be getting 4 episodes a week of that, so keep an eye out for that. $10, that is the full length, gives you access to my full length library. Everything I react to gets a full length. Exclusive tier, $15, gives you access to a bonus show that I'm currently reacting to, which is 7 Deadly Sins. So if you're interested in that, get yourself over there. That'll also include movie reactions as well. We're about to start those as soon as My Hero Academia 2 Heroes comes out. I'll be reacting to that. That'll be the first movie that I watch and react to. And then we'll just kind of continue on every so often with a movie reaction there. So if you're interested in watching my reactions to movies and things like that, you want to be an exclusive tier patron. Elite tier, that is the $50. So every time you pay $50, you get a choice of a show that you want me to react to, and I will react to it. It will go at the back of the list behind about 7-8 shows, all the shows that have already been reacted to. So it might take like a while to actually get to those shows, but if you don't want to wait that long and you want your show to be reacted to next, then you want to get God tier, which is $100. That means your show will be reacted to next. So that is all. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.